Today is day 22 of me recording daily videos for my January vlog. And let me tell you, I'm getting a little tired of doing them. And I will definitely be looking forward to taking a break and going on a once a week, maybe twice a week schedule after this month is over. But I'm committed, and it will be a nice personal challenge to have completed this, so we're sticking to it. And I received a few comments today about some of my old videos. I know I touched about having sleep loss, and I promised to give you guys an update on what worked for me. And I will be honest with you, the one thing that actually worked very fast was the jet lag technique. So, turning off the TV before sleep, honestly, it hasn't even been affecting me much since. I thought that was the issue. I thought like electronics were, and for many that is the issue. So don't dismiss that. Magnesium, I took it for like a day and then I forgot. But what actually took like 1-2 days and I was back on my sleep schedule was the jet lag technique, which was to just force myself, instead of to go to bed earlier, to wake up earlier, and just having to stay awake the whole day, tire my body out, and then basically ends up crashing and then resetting the schedule and adjusting to a new time frame. That has been the most help for me. So I just wanted to give an update on that, in case you guys were wondering what worked. And regarding the other stuff today, I did a lot more calls for my business and stuff, and it feels like, everyone has their own advice, everyone has their own points to make, and I feel like I'm coming out more and more confused sometimes. I keep feeling like I need to change something within my techniques, talking to all these warm leads, and I feel like I need to shift gears. I know that warm leads are usually the way most people get their first clients, but I feel like I'm potentially approaching it maybe from the wrong perspective, mentioning that I am starting this business, I'm looking for contacts, and that kind of lowers my credibility a tiny bit, especially since I myself don't have the full confidence to sell my offer to the extreme, and the people know me from previous experiences, and they know me in a different environment and not like a specialist in this area too. So until I become confident in what I'm offering and more concrete in what I'm offering, I'm also thinking, are my warm leads the best source of contact for me? Also, a lot of them work in bigger corporations, so the contacts are for bigger corporations, while I'm trying to work with small companies first, just so that I can get a hang of things. And yeah, so I sat down today and I said, okay, warm leads are great. I have a few more calls that I scheduled, but I really need to pull the trigger on my cold leads, and I just need to go ask for that sale, which I have been so scared to do. I feel like every time I'm trying to take a step forward, I'm figuring out a way to like walk around doing what I actually need to get done, because I'm pretty scared to do it. And I'm finding excuses and finding reasons to circle back to the drawing board and stay stuck in that position. So today I sat down and realizing that, I can take 1,000 more pieces of advice. I can keep narrowing down and figuring out a more concrete solution, or I can just ask for the sale and learn. And I have been telling that to myself, and I thought that's what I've been doing. Oh, I'm going out for the sale, I'm talking to my warm leads, but I have never been trying to close an actual deal. I've still been too scared inside to do it, and so I'm like, well, we just have to try. And if that means going the cold lead route and going in from a position of an established business rather than from the position of, hey, I'm trying to secure my first client, then we're just gonna BS it until something comes out of it. I'm very scared. I have a few potential leads that could actually lead me somewhere, and I am scared to reply back to them. They're sitting in my inbox unread right now because I'm not sure I have a strong enough structure for my business idea to actually execute it smoothly. I haven't done this really before, and they tell you when you start something, you should start something that you're really, really good at, that you know inside and out. And part of it I feel like I am good at, but I don't know the whole systems process, and like there's some like vocabulary, maybe words I'm still missing. So my natural skill set is suitable for this new thing that I'm doing, but I've never done this new thing. So it's like this double-edged sword, and I'm like, part of me was sitting today and I was like, should I even be doing this? Like, is this really something I know inside out? I feel like I'm not confident enough in it. And I just keep telling myself, stop with the excuses, just frickin' do it. So my goal is, in the next 2 days before this week ends and I have to return back to my 9 to 5, is to pull the trigger on some of those calls and try and close a deal, even if that means getting rejected. I think my fear of rejection and fear of failure is very strong. I grew up being a massive perfectionist. Anything I've ever picked up, I've been successful at. And that creates this unbearable amount of pressure to, you have to keep, that plank of success going. This isn't the time to failure. And I know that's not healthy. And I know that only through failure do you actually learn and you progress further. But like I said, the perfectionist in me is very strong, and I don't want to break my perfect record subconsciously. So I'm still working through that, and I hope I work through it. And I know that is something I really hope once I have children, I will pass down to them. And that's making them very comfortable to fail constantly over and over until the point that it doesn't affect them, because I feel like they are gonna then succeed a lot faster because they're not trying to be perfect, they're trying to move forward. So I wish I had that skill. It's something I'm practicing, but it's coming a lot harder and slower than I expected, and that's okay. So we're making baby steps. I have a new more conversations in my head today and writing out more notes about this new idea. And right now the plan is to try and do cold leads going forward. I will keep you posted how that goes, and let's finish this month strong. There's only a few more days left, and I hope I will come out of this month with something crossed off from my list of things that I wanted to successfully complete. I'm not sure if that is going to happen, to be honest. Like I said, I feel like this month was more about setting the foundation and giving me the opportunity to explore some of these things, but time flies so much faster, and no matter how much, I'm not somebody who, I feel like the hustle culture works very well for certain individuals. Somebody like myself, more on the feminine side, more trying to be more in tune with my hormones and cycle, and understanding that high cortisol isn't actually going to benefit me in the long run. I'm managing things day to day at a pace that I am comfortable with, that makes sure that I don't experience burnout and cortisol and all of that stuff, but I'm still remaining productive and consistent. That's the goal. So I'm sticking to that. Like I said, likely it's just going to be the foundation. None of those massive lists that I want to complete is going to get crossed off, but it's still a step forward. And I'm very still grateful that I've taken this month for this journey, and I'm still curious how it's going to finish. So stay tuned for more videos every day, and let's see how we're going to finish it.